Welcome back for an August 2021 tour of my vegetable garden. I think the first thing you'll notice is my arch is dead. It was a cheap one off Amazon, so I didn't expect it to last more than a season, but with the heavy rain and winds that came this month, it snapped the legs several times and it kept falling over, so I had to get rid of it. I did keep a section of it for the cucamelons to hang on. And hanging on they are doing. These things, when people said they're prolific, were no joke. I'm pulling off cucamelons pretty much daily. They're pretty interesting. I don't know that I would grow them for eating purposes again, but they are definitely a fun novelty. They taste like little lemon cucumbers. These flowers that are supposed to be bee balm, I'm pretty sure I got the wrong seeds or something, because that is not bee balm. And my cone flowers still haven't come up. Strawberries are still doing well. They definitely filled these baskets out. My raspberries, this one particularly, is doing so well. I'm about to have a really nice little harvest of raspberries. So excited. My peppers, I'm pretty much harvesting about 3 to 4 pounds of jalapenos a week, and a fair amount of bell peppers as well. The cucumbers that were on the trellis, I ended up laying over. And amazingly, even though they look terrible, they are still producing cucumbers. My little super purples are doing well. My boat jalokias are about to start. My Thai hot has gotten really large. The poblanos have been putting off peppers like crazy. I finally got my first Jubilee tomato. And my Robeson, I've had to trim this thing back several times. I have gotten so many tomatoes off of this plant, it's not even funny. I've even had to start learning how to make tomato sauce from hand and can it and freeze it, all kinds of things. Same with the Romas. I'm going to experiment making pizza sauce this week. Try and make our own pizza sauce. I still have 2 beets going in here. And my firecracker pepper is still doing really well. Coming over here to my lettuce bed. I have a couple lettuce coming up. I have those that came up pretty well. And I threw some more seeds down today. I miss my homegrown lettuce. My kale, I think I might grow this every year. Even though I don't eat a lot of kale, it is so fun to watch it grow. So tropical-like. My Fresno pepper over here is doing well. Just harvested these yesterday and I'm about to have more. And my bell pepper back here is doing well as well. My Swiss chard, so pretty. I seriously think I'm gonna grow this every year just because of the colors. My mystery squash plant over here turned out to be a cantaloupe. So I'm about to have one of my first homegrown cantaloupes soon. And it is suffering from powdery mildew, but I figured that's okay. I'll just let that happen. I do have some random green beans that I planted here. My nasturtium and calendula are still going, and they sent off several seeds, so I have new ones growing. My onions back there are still doing well. This one flowered, so that means it's not sending energy to the bulb anymore, but I just let it go. My broccoli flowered. I wanted that to happen to see what it would look like. And it has been home to several stink bug babies. This dandelion and nasturtium are still doing all right. The nasturtium also threw off some babies. My chamomile looks rough, but it also threw off some babies. So I'm gonna let that go. I still have my little Swiss giant pansy I grew from seed going here, and more portulaca. And I have my fall gardening. I replanted a zucchini. It's a black beauty because I wanted some more zucchini from my garden. Some sugar snap peas and more green beans. Only one came up so far. I also started a fall harvest of carrots in my grow bag. I was hoping this would help me eliminate the rabbits and the deer from nibbling on them and maybe get more carrots. I have a mixture of purple and orange ones in there. I have 2 rows of beets. I have bull's blood and I have golden beets. Looking forward to all of those. And I have 4 cabbages in the back. 2 red and 2 green. And along this side, I planted some garlic cloves that I can harvest next year. Stop over here at my little tomato stand. This is a grape tomato that has been putting off so many grape tomatoes. It's been incredible. And this I thought was a cherry tomato, but I have since then learned it is another grape tomato. So I've been harvesting those as well. And I also have a sun gold cherry tomato. I've been getting lots of little tomatoes off of this too. And as you can see, there is a bunch more to be had. I did symmetry on this bed as well. So I have my green cabbages and purple, my row of golden beets and bull's blood. I have garlic growing here. And over here, instead of a zucchini, I actually have a Romanesca broccoli. So I'm excited to see how that goes. More peas coming up. And there should be green beans here, but they haven't come up yet. I also, in the middle of the beds, put the last of my seed potatoes. So I have russet on this side, and I have purple on this side. Hopefully they'll come up. If not, I'll try again next year. This is my striped German tomato. They are putting off some really large tomatoes. And another Roma tomato, also putting off a large amount. My Serrano pepper is doing well. I actually harvested a fair amount this week. And my Anaheim chili is doing okay. It keeps sun scalding like this and rotting, but I have gotten a couple good peppers off of it. I still have some of my old carrot blossoms here for pollination and gathering seeds. And of course, all of my peppers. I am getting a fair amount of red peppers though. That has been really exciting to me. I was worried I would harvest them green too often and I'd never get any red peppers, but I have so many peppers I don't know what to do with them. And I also have my ropes in here. You can see they're a lot smaller tomatoes, and that's because I let a lot of suckers go because I kept having deer nibble at it, or the weather, like here, the weather cracked it, but it's still going. Over to this side, since I didn't talk about it, I have my Rosa Sharon, which is this beautiful white. My clearance clematises are climbing the little trellis I rescued out of the garbage. My little mini roses are taking off. My blueberries are still doing well. And this pollinator box is incredible. I just love walking past this. It's all polar bear zinnias again, but they are just so... Zinnias weren't even my favorite flower, and now after growing them this year, I think I love them. I still have a little bit of the cosmos kicking in here, but the lamb's ear has really taken over this pot, and I just love to come by and pet it. and my thyme and the little snig of rosemary still going. And that is the end of my garden tour.